9:04 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Monday, October 10th, 2022. I'm T-Speaker222 with Dogecoin and you, and we're going to cover Dogecoin, Shiba, MATIC today. And I really appreciate everybody for tuning in. We might even get into Litecoin, so this is going to be quick, fast, hot, and heavy. But this is going to be some technical analysis that everybody needs to see if you're fans of these particular coins. And really pay attention to what I'm saying because I nail these time and time again. So we had a breakdown of the... Let me bring this out real quick. Let's put this into the 4-hour time frame, be a little bit easier. We had a breakdown of this symmetrical triangle, we'll call it. Maybe a little bit of an ascending triangle. We broke down, hit the technical target at about 982, just a little bit above it, 988. Came back up, got rejected by the retest of the breakdown, and this is on the bottom side of back test. We failed it to get back into the ascending triangle at 1187. Rejected again at 1186, and now we're trending down. Now what should happen is we're on the bottom side. This should continue to make this move, and we're going to contend again with that 982 bottom. If that 982 fails, that's when we can come into some very interesting pattern formations here. And this is where the pattern could actually finish playing out, as we've talked about for a long time. But first, we have to let this actually play out. But this is not looking great for Shiba. The fact that we failed this back test could be a fake out this weekend. And we really need to pay attention. Our next support levels are 1048 and 982. Pay very close attention to that with Shiba. With Doge, again, Doge looks very similar to Shiba, and we'll let this come back into play. We had... we tried to go the extended route. This didn't work. Here, let's redo this so that we can see it. These were just the inner workings, which it did get rejected at that level. But there's no reason to keep all of this up. We're in a descending, or let's bring this up into the weekly so you can see. This is the grand pattern of the Dogecoin. But in the weekly, it doesn't look the same. If you bring it into the daily, we're trying to show that pattern support on the bottom and the pattern resistance from the top. But that got pulled so far out, I'm not exactly sure what happened here. Because you could have even said that, but I guess we're projecting it. But that's not going to do anybody any good to see the overall pattern formation. We're going to have to cut this down in the middle so that everybody can see exactly what we're dealing with at this current time. I would like to go from here, to be honest with you, because we did break this. And this is something of interest to me still. Because if we bring this across, we still technically need to break back through the bottom of this. And that's what we're attempting to do now. So if you're watching Doge, you've got 7138 over the top resistance. But if we can stay and hold this 5224 on the bottom, this still can technically come up. Doge still technically has not gone bearish. I'm going to actually delete this. And we're going to use that resistance. But we're also for Doge. And I'm allowed to do whatever the hell I want. These are my charts. If you don't like it, that's too damn bad. Go somewhere else. So we've got this uptrending support here as well. And I can actually layer this for you. So now with Doge, you've got this immediate support at about 5816. 5.8. If we break that, then we've got 5138. So that's what I'd be looking for Doge. Yeah, let's take a look at Litecoin, because Summer's in here, and she's my Litecoin chick, who I love dearly. And she's been very, very supportive. So I like to come and show this as often as I can. So let's see what we got set up in Litecoin. My chart must have got... Oh, there we go. I was going to say, where'd my chart go? So Litecoin's been riding this very key uptrending support. We still haven't broke down out of it. And these are just some levels that we had. So basically, the reason why I like to keep these is you can run these out. And then you kind of get like a... I'm going to take this one out because that one is irrelevant. The one over the top isn't irrelevant, but it's just a very, very far out example. So right now, though, we're stuck between this uptrending support, which is right around 53 cents, 52.82 at the underneath. And then if we fall back down, obviously we can come back into this little descending triangle that was created. But that's just a pattern formation that we put out there that it's actually going to start to run into, which is kind of funny. Because when I put it out there, it had no relevance. And I don't even like that, to be honest with you. I think that's going to be too confusing. We can see in the monthly we're having a cross right now, a bearish cross. So I think I would just like to give what the pattern shows us now. Because then you can actually watch this, but I still don't like that either. I don't like that either. I think that's too confusing. I really do. So we've got a pattern resistance. I actually like it more like this, because then we can see how this pattern's filling out. So that's a short-term look. So right now I got this uptrending support as we see. We've got this downtrending resistance at about 55.07, maybe 55.50. So pay attention to that with Litecoin Summer. And then with MATIC, and I apologize, I'm trying to re-update these as I go across to make it a little bit easier in the current pattern formations. And this one, I can make this a lot easier. You can see this downtrending support line. We've hit off the support of 72.44. The resistance bounced over. We also bounced over 80 cents. And now we've created quite the little uptrending support, which if we go like this, you can see it very clearly. As long as we stay on that, that's more of a parabolic spike, as I like to call them. And then the pattern resistance is as follows. So right now with MATIC in the immediate short term, you've got underneath support at about 82 cents, overhead resistance at 87.24. So that's what we're looking for in the immediate short term. Make sure to hit that like button. Let me know in the comments or on the Dogecoin and you Telegram what you think.